हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। अगर आप नीट एस्पिरेंट हैं और एनसीईआरटी को लाइन बाय लाइन रीड करना चाहते हैं तो आप बिल्कुल सही जगह पे आए हैं। आज से हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं एनसीईआरटी बायोलॉजी रीडिंग सीरीज, जहां पर हम एनसीईआरटी की हर एक इम्पॉर्टेंट लाइन को पढ़ेंगे, समझेंगे और नीट के लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट को हाईलाइट भी करेंगे। सो विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी मोर टाइम, लेट गेट स्टार्टेड टुडेज चैप्टर, दैट इज द लिविंग वर्ल्ड। हाउ वंडरफुल is the living world. The wide range of living type is amazing. The extraordinary habitat in which we find living organisms. We eat, we eat cold mountain, deciduous forest, fresh water, lake, desert, or hot spring. Leave us speechless. The beauty of galloping horse, of the migration, migrating bird, the valley of flower to the attacking spark evolve away and a deep sense of wonder, the ecological conflict and cooperation among members of a population and among population of a community, or even the molecular traffic inside a cell make us deeply reflect on what inside is living. These questions have two implicit questions within it. The first is a technical and a seek answer to what is living is an approach to the non-living, and the second is philosophical one and seek answer to what the purpose of life is. As scientists, we shall not attempt answering the second question. We will try to reflect on what is living, diversity in living organisms. If you look around, you will see a large variety of living organisms, but it potent plant, insect, bird, your pet, or other animals and plant. There are also survival organisms that you cannot see with your naked eyes, but they all are around you. If you were to increase the of area that you make observation in, the range and variety of living organisms that you see would increase observably. Obviously, if you were to visit a dense forest, you would probably see a much greater member and kind of living organism in it. Each different kind of plant and animal organism that you see represent a species. That number of species that are known as described range between 1.7 to 1.8 million species. The these refer to biodiversity or no, or the number and type of organism present on earth. We should remember here that we explore new area and even old ones. New organisms are continuously being identified. As stated earlier, there are millions of plant and animal in the world. We know the plant and animal in our own area by their local name. These local names would vary from place to place, even within a country. Probably you would recognize the confusion that would be created if you confusion would be created if you did not find any way to means to talk to each other. It refer organization we talk about. Hence, there are a need of standardize the name of living organism, such that a particular organism is known by the same name all over the world. The process is called nomenclature. Observably, nomenclature or naming is only possible when the organism is described correctly and we know to what organism the name to is attached to. This is identification. In this facilitate the study. Number of scientists have established procedure to assist a scientific name of each known organism. This is accepted to biologists all over the world. For plant, scientific names are based on agreed principles and criteria which are provided in the International Code for Botanical Nomenclature (ICBN). You may ask, how are animals named? Animal taxonomists have evolved International Code for Geological Nomenclature (ICZ), and the scientific name ensure that each organism has only one name. Description of any organism should enable the process in any plant of the world to arise at the same time. They also ensure that such a name has not been used for any other known organism. Biology. Biologists follow universal accepted principle to provide scientific name to known organisms. Each name has two components, the generic name and a specific epithet. The system of provided a name with two components is called binomial nomenclature. This naming system given by Carolus Linnaeus is being practiced by biologists all over the world. The naming system using a two-word format of found invented invented. Let us take example of mango to understand the way providing scientific name better. The scientific name of mango is written as Mangifera indica. Let us see how it is biological name. In this name, Mangifera represent a genus, while indica is a particular species or a specific epithet. Other universal rule of nomenclature as follows. First, biological names are generally in Latin and written in italic. They are Latinized or derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. Second, the first word of biological name represents the genus while the second component denotes the species specific epithet. Third, both the word in a biological name when written are separately underlined, printed in italic or um, indicate their Latin origin. Fourth, the first word denoted the genus start with a capital letter while the specific epithet start with a small letter. It can be insulated in, for example of Mangifera indica. Name of the author appear after the specific epithet that is all at the end of the biological name and it written in the obviate from, for example, Mangifera indica Linn. It indicates that this species was first described by Linnaeus. Since it is nearly impossible to study all organism, living organisms. It is necessary to derive diverse some means to make this possible. This process is called classification. Classification is the process by which anything is grouped into conven- convenient category based on some earlier observation character. For example, we easily recognize groups such as plant and animal or dog, cat, or insect. This moment we used of this term we associated term categorize with the organism in that group. What image would you see when you think about a dog? Obviously each one of us will see dog and not cat. Now it if we were to think of elastina, we know what we are talking about. Similarly, suppose we were to say mammals, you would of course think of animal with external ear and body hair lengthwise in plant. If we try to talk of wheat, the principle of each our mind, we will of a wheat plant, not of rice or any other plant. Hence, all these dog, cat, mammal, wheat, rice, plant, animal, etc. are convenient category we use to study organisms. The scientific term of this category in taxa. Here, you must recognize that taxa can initiate category at all different level. Plant also from a taxa, wheat is also a taxa. Similarly, animal, mammals, dog, all are all taxa. But you know that a dog is a mammal and mammal are animal. Therefore, animal, mammal, and dog represent taxa at a different level. Hence, based on category, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa. The process of classification is taxonomy. External external and internal structure among the structure of cell development process and ecological information of organism are essential and for the basis of modern taxonomy study. Hence Categorization, identification, classification, and nomenclature are the process that are the basis of taxonomy. Taxonomy is not something new. Human beings have always been initiated interested is knowing more or more about a various kind of organism, particularly with a reference to their own use in early day and later. Hence, the earlier classification were based on the use of various organisms. Human beings were since long not only interested in knowing more about different kind of organisms and their diversities, but also the relationship among them. The branches of study was referred to as systematic. The word systematic is derived from Latin word systema, which means systematic arrangement of organisms, lineus. The used systema naturae as a title of his publication. The scope of systematic was later enlarged to include identification, nomenclature, and classification. Systematic take into account involuntary relationship between organisms. Taxonomic categories. Classification is not a single step process but involves hierarchies by step in which each step represent a rank or category. Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called a taxonomic category, and all category together constitute the taxonomy hierarchy. Each category, referred to as a unit of classification, in fact represent a rank, and it commonly is commonly termed as taxonomy category. Taxonomy category or hierarchy can be insulated by an example. Initiate represent a group of organisms sharing common feature like three pair of joint leg. It means insect are reco- recognizable uh, uh, concrete object which can be classified and thus when given a rank or category. Can you name other such group of organism? Remember group of represent category further denoted rank, which rank or taxa in fact represent a unit of classification. This taxonomy group category are distinct biological biological entities and not merely morphological aggregation. Taxonomical study of all known organisms has led to the development of common categories such as kingdom, phylum, or division for plant, class, order, family, genus, and species. All organisms include those in a plant and animal known have a species of a lowest category. Now, the question you may ask is how to place an organism in a various categories. The basic requirement is the knowledge of categories of an individual or a group of organisms. These help in identify similarity and dissimilarity among the individual of the same kind of organism as well as other kind of organism. First, species. Taxonomy study consider a group of individual organisms with fundamental similarity as a species. One should be able to distinguish one species from other closely related species based on distinguished morphological difference. Let us consider more Mangifera indica, Solanum tuberosum, and Panthera leo. All the three names indicate that tuberosum and leo represent the specific epithet, while the first word Mangifera, Solanum, and Panthera are genera that represent another higher level of taxon or category. Each genus may have one or more than one species specific epithet representing different organisms but have a morphological similarity. For example, Panthera has another specific epithet called tigris, and Solanum include specific like nigrum and um, melongena. Human being among to the species Spanish, which is grouped in a genus Homo. The specific name thus for human being is written as Homo sapiens genus. Genus comprises a group of related species which has a more character in common in comparison to species of other genera. We can say that genera are aggregated to closely related species. For example, potato and brinjal are two different species, but both among of the genus Solanum, lion, panthera, leo, leopard, panthera pardus, and tiger, panthera tigris. This survival common feature and all all species of genus Panthera. This genus different from another genus Felis, which include cat family. The next category family has a group of related genera while still less number of similarity as compared to genus and species. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive feature of plant species among plant. For example, three different genera Solanum, Pantherum, and Dhatura are placed in a family Solanaceae. Among animal of the, for example, genus Panthera comparison lion, tiger, leopard in put among both genus Felis cat in the family Felidae. Similar, if you will observe the feature of a cat and a dog, you will find some similarity and some difference as well. They are separated into two different two different family two different family Felidae and Kennedy represented order. You have seen earlier that category like species, genus, and family are based on number of similar categories. Generally, order, oth- order, and other higher taxonomic category are identified based on the aggregate of characteristic. Order, being a higher category, is a assemble of a family which exhibit a few similar character. The similar character are less in number are compared to different genera included in a family. Plant family like Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are involved in the order of polynomials, mainly based on a floral character. The animal order Carnivora included family like Felidae and Canidae. Class the category include related order. For example, order Primata comprising monkey, gorilla, and gibbon is called Mammalia. Among with other carnivora, which include animal like tiger, cat, and dog. Class mammal have order other order also phylum. Classes comparison animal like species, amphibia, reptile, bird, among with mammal contributed the next highest category called phylum. All this based on a common feature like presence of notochord and dorsal hollow neural system system are included in phylum Chordata. In case of plant classes with a few similar characteristics are assigned to a higher category called division. Kingdom. All animal belonging to various phyla are assigned to the higher category called kingdom Animalia. In the classification system of animal the kingdom Plantae on the other hand is dis- distinguished and comprise all plant from various divisions. Henceforth, we will refer to these two groups as animal of and plant kingdom. The taxonomic category from species to kingdom have been so in ascending order starting with species in figure 1.1. These are broad categories. However, taxonomists have also developed subcategory in this hierarchy to facilitate more sound to, to facilitate more sound and scientific placement of various texts are looked at the hierarchy in figure 1.1. Can you recall the basis of arrangement? See, for example, as we go higher from species to kingdom, the number of common character goes on decreasing. Lower the taxon, more are the characteristics that are membrane within a taxon sphere. Higher the category, greater greater is the difficult of determine the relationship to other taxa at the same level. Hence, the problem of classification become more complex. Table 1.1 initiate the taxonomic category to which some common organism like housefly, mango, man, weed, amma belong. Table 1.1 organism with their taxonomic category. Common name, biological name, genus, family, order, class, phylum. Common name, man, housefly, mango, weed. Their biological name, Homo sapien, Musca domestica, Mangifera indica, Titanium, Estivicum. Genus, Homo, Musca, Mangifera, Tritinium. Family, Hominidae, Muscinidae, Anicardiaceae, and Poaceae. Order, Primata, Diptera, Sepinillida, and Poales. Class, Mammalia, insect, dicotyledons, monocotyledons. Phylum, Chordata, Arthropoda, Angiosperm, and Angiospermi. So that's all for today. तो नेक्स्ट कौन से चैप्टर पे आपको चाहिए वीडियो वो आप मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में बता देना। अगर ये वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब जरूर करना और शेयर भी करना। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग, बाय।